Sweet. Yeah, this is the show right now. We got Joslyn. We got Clarissa. Y'all are so nice for being here.
Oh my
bringing
gosh.
gifts.
I mean, you and I pretty much go back. I mean, we're pretty much family. You know that.
I know. Did you know that? We're like second cousins.
I had forgotten until
Hold on,
she
let me
just
ask.
said it again.
Alexa, what's the cousin of your cousin? Let's see what she says.
That's the proper term. I've always like.
I don't know that. She's like, no, stupid. It's just, it's your cousin's cousin.
I still want to know what twice removed means.
I think it's when you get divorced.
Twice removed?
I've like twice.
Didn't like you anymore and they get rid of you.
Never heard it. But I will say every time people bring up Gino, I'm like, oh, that's my cousin, but not my cousin.
What's up?
Hey!
Hey, yeah. What is the word? The Greek word?
Epa.
Epa? That's not epa. That's a Spanish word.
Epa? Spanish?
Opa. See?
So close.
She's the smart one over there. Here, let me hook you up.
I'm a professional.
We'll get into this in a second. It's actually going to be a
Here,
podcast.
let me get these out. I think there's like a whole.
Is that from like the Dollar Tree?
No, these
Wow,
are from
how
Specs.
dare you?
Is it from Dollar General?
Jocelyn.
No, it's
It's a
from
step up.
Specs.
Oh, it is Specs. It's from Specs. We got sushi too. Let's see what we got. This is from Mary. Special gift from Mary.
Right now?
Are you serious?
Y'all send a writer in. Y'all are the only
were
people so
totally
far to
joking.
send a
This is
writer.
from Mary.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mary. We love her. That's
At my
girl.
at my drunken
So.
noodle.
Are you kidding me?
But no chewing on the microphone, so y'all can have that after.
Oh my
But here,
goodness.
shout out to Mary at Drunken Noodles.
Shout out to
Ta-da.
Mary.
Big shout out to
If
Drunken
you're
Noodles.
interested in sushi, that is
Amazing.
a Lamar Park roll, delicious. Alameda roll. She's just like naming shit around her. She's like, this is the Ocean Drive roll.
wanna get creative
This
about
is the
it.
Robert roll. Stiletto roll and the Philly roll.
And the boogie
So
whip.
that's for y'all. So hey,
Nice. Wow, thank
cheers.
you.
Let's get it going before we get
Cheers
into
to
it.
You, my brother, my cousin,
Appreciate
my
it.
second cousin. Which one are you?
Family, mi cultura.
As long as you're saying nice things, you can say we're related.
Of course, always.
Mary,
Nothing but
we
good
love
things.
There you
our
go.
Thank you,
Mary.
sir.
Cheers.
Cheers
God,
to you,
this
man.
is fun. Aren't you glad
Well,
we're here?
y'all are pretty busy people.
A little bit.
Every time I see y'all, you're on location, all the time. So where were y'all at today? I'm sure there was something. Some fundraiser.
Split us up.
So today I was over at Texas Eye Care Network for the LASIK Hero. So it was.
That's why there's a microphone.
Yes. Hello.
You got
Mic
to
check,
sh-
1, 2.
It's not familiar.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, no,
right
let's
now.
start all over
I'm
again.
so
So the-
new to this. I'm new to this.
Okay,
Check 1, 2.
so these are directional microphones, and I know it sucks because one of them
No, it's
broke.
all good.
So when you
I
talk,
would like to thank my family for being here today.
so when you talk, you got to talk into the
Hold on,
microphone.
this is literally.
So everything
this
else
is
you
my lunch
said,
right now.
still not talking to the microphone.
You have to put your face
Every
right there.
single time. I know that's awkward. Y'all used to
You
like
want
wireless
some
mics, right?
AMSMR?
If you can do it on the mic, yes. Okay, so that's picking up. If you can't hear yourself in your headphones, they can't hear you either.
Well, then put us
Fabulous.
closer.
Okay.
Those girls are dumb, but they're pretty.
Hey, no, you're wrong for that.
The thing's not even
I know,
plugged in.
Hey, I know you're my family, but you can't joke around like that with me.
The microphone's not even plugged
Be
in.
joking like
All right, so you were where?
Today I was over at Texas Eye Care Network.
Cool.
And we met the LASIK Hero 2 weeks ago. And what that is she won free LASIK surgery, and she was admired here in the Coastal Bend for just being.
I want free LASIK.
Well,
But I'm sure she has
I mean,
an awesome
you're-
story, right?
She does. So more to come on that. So
Oh, how cool.
It was really cool today.
Is that something they're doing yearly, or is that just a new thing y'all helped out with?
This is actually a new thing on Coastal Living. Apparently, they've done it before, but we're hoping to continue this. Actually, I'm covering pieces weekly, hopefully bi-weekly or weekly, of a Coastal Hero. So maybe I can interview.
I don't know. I'm a coastal here. I've never
You
given anybody free
are.
LASIK.
Well,
Maybe like corn tickets. That's about it. How does that feel when y'all like are able to do cool stuff like that? Is that a big perk of the job you feel?
So something like this is so near and dear to my heart. Really, it is, because I love the gift of giving is everything to me. So it's.
Especially when you're not paying for it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm broke, but it feels good to be
Hey,
like
I hope you-
somebody's
You
hero
are
with
not.
Because they're
You
gonna
better
because they are gonna
stop.
remember y'all. They're gonna remember y'all. Y'all are the face of the one that
Those
did the
coastal
gift.
living girls
Yes.
keep giving away
This girl is constantly busy, like more busy than I am during the week, especially. So
Has there been
So, like,
anything?
we're
So
about to-
I know this is. I know we're close, but I didn't know we're that close.
have y'all? So did you? Let me ask you a question because we were joking around. So I've known you since we were little kids because you are a cousin of my cousin. So we are like cousins, and in Corpus, that's technically cousins.
Well, we are
It's
cousins.
Yeah.
We're
You-
cousins.
That's
Yeah,
me and
I guess.
Dusty. We're cousins.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Cousins? Like cousin
De
cousins?
Oliveira.
Okay.
Sí.
And so did y'all know each other before this?
Nope.
No? So whenever y'all started doing Coastal Living, how long's it been?
I knew Clarissa.
3 years.
I would go out and I would watch her perform at
Uh-huh.
some. I think it was what's the place? Revolution.
Rebel.
Yep.
But yes, I knew of Clarissa, of course. But
When
when we first met, it was magic. We knew we were going to be
Cool.
Yeah.
sisters for sure.
So fun little story while you said Revolution. Whenever I met my wife, and when I started stalking her, it was like on a Saturday, and by Monday it was like got the friend request. Tuesday morning, I'm like, hey, girl.
So
The
you
MySpace
sent the
friend
friend
request.
request?
I saw her out on a Saturday night.
Uh-huh.
And it was her birthday / going away party.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, you ain't going nowhere. So I hit her up on Sunday, sent the friend request, got the friend request accepted on Monday. On Tuesday morning, I'm like, hey, do you remember making out on Saturday? She's like, what are you talking
You
about?
told her that.
Because she didn't know she had a
You
good time.
would.
And then I said, well, tonight, me and my sister are going to Revolution Bar. Clarissa Joslyn singing on Tuesday, or $1 Tuesday, something like
$2
that.
pint,
So
yeah.
our first day was actually going to see you perform. And I ditched my sister. I was like, hey, I'll see you later.
Couples together.
I'll see you later, Bina. And I took off.
Wow.
And I went with her in her car, and I
I
never
saw
left.
your little love story you posted on Facebook. It
No,
was sweet.
I
So you
saw
even
it
remember
too.
that. I couldn't tell you what day of the week it
Oh,
was
it was
when
Tuesday.
I had my first
Because
date.
it was like, man,
On a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Going up.
So,
That's
okay,
Acoustic Tuesdays
wait.
with Clarissa Serna. You're welcome.
So you
if
said-
you too have a love story that's magical and you want to share, please call 361.
We'll shout you out. So, wait a minute. So, 3 years ago, that means that like a whole year when y'all were doing coastal living was during COVID?
Oh, yeah.
2 years.
Yeah. So, how did it?
Well,
started in-
honestly, more so, we were working from home than we were live.
Really?
Yes.
We started in August 2019 is when we officially went on air. And by March of the following year, I came back from my honeymoon and we were dismissed. And we didn't come back for 2 years. And then add my pregnancy and my my maternity leave on top of that. So I had like
So, how
an
does it feel
extended
picking up the slack
vacay.
all the time, Jocelyn?
Bro, I was so nervous. And the beauty of it was, I mean, we were fortunate to be pre-recorded. But
Oh,
we
so
were-
is there ever live shows?
Not anymore.
Spoiler alert?
Originally,
Yeah.
originally it was.
I just hesitated. I was like, damn.
No, I think people know
yeah,
by now.
I mean, yes.
It's no secret.
But we are actually going to be condensed to a 30-minute show starting next week.
Starting
But we'll get
Monday,
to we'll
yeah.
get
How
to
are
it
y'all
later.
going to fit it all in 30 minutes?
That's the point. We kind of fought for it because to create, and you know this, original content regularly, period,
With commercial,
is difficult.
commercial breaks, too.
Some commercial breaks, yeah. And so an hour of original, interesting content every weekday is challenging.
It is very hard,
Yeah.
especially when there's cancellations from clients,
Sure.
guests,
Yeah.
or an emergency. It's
Yeah.
so
And we
So
don't
right
wanna
now
be
the
like,
show's how
"Today's
long?
National
Hour and a half?
Hot Dog Day, you know? What'd you say?
So, the show's right now is an hour and a half, right?
It's an hour.
It's an hour.
An
He
hour?
obviously doesn't watch.
I've
Coastal
never
Living.
seen it before, so-
Wow. You know what?
I'm
that's
just
just
kidding.
reality.
I watch it online.
No,
You
don't,
can't
'cause
because you
can't
can't
watch
live
it
stream it.
Like the
lie.
YouTube
You
clips.
lie
Why are
Like,
you so red? Why are your cheeks all red, Gino? Is that what happens when you lie?
I have rosacea.
right through your
That's a
teeth?
mean thing to say.
So do I. So
I don't have makeup on. Sorry.
Well, neither do I.
No,
It's
I have
all
watched it
natural.
plenty of times when I used to go to like Gold's
Sure
Gym
you
before it
did.
shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's on
You're really
channel-
not doing us any favors.
What
Guess the channel. Please guess the
6.
channel.
It's on channel 6.
Bro, look at me.
No, the actual channel. It's on channel 6, the network. Am I wrong again?
We are literally
y'all?
showing you the fingers. You got the wrong. You got the wrong
I
girls
just
here.
showed you.
Guys,
you've been
okay, hold
sitting in
on.
this-
I thought it was one of those
For
ones that
the
like show-
record, for the record, you can check out Coastal Living, Corpus Christi's only lifestyle show, weekdays at 4 p.m. on
Gino.
channel
I know-
10. Check out Coastal Living Plus every Saturday at 10 a.m.
yes,
also on channel 10.
We'll put little details down here. in the link.
KZTV
There's gonna be links.
10.
Well, this is why y'all here because
Oh,
I
I
know.
forgot we're on video.
But it's weird because y'all are,
thank
this is
you.
on video.
Do I
So
still
I've
look
known
good?
y'all for a really long time. When I said like people that know me for a long time, they're like, "Oh, bro, listen to you this morning." Blah blah. blah. I was like, I haven't been on the radio in 6 years, bro. You didn't listen to me. You might have been listening to Gino Flores. So yeah, but you've also been on the radio. When was the last time you were on the radio?
when I was on the radio, so that was before Coastal
Sure.
Living.
What station?
2019, Rock 92.7. I thought you said how long was it?
How long ago?
How long ago? It was
I,
in 2019.
I thought you
when
still
left.
did it every once in a while.
No, it
No?
would. There's no way I could.
I don't
fit
know
Can
that-
anything about
can I
it.
couldn't
just
fit
say that
into
y'all
my-
have such epic radio voices, though? Because I have such a Mickey
That's not
Mouse
true.
voice, I could never.
No way. What are you talking about? I wouldn't
say that.
I wouldn't say that at all.
Really? I feel like I have such a high-pitched voice
No.
that
No.
really.
No one can hear it because you're not talking.
I
to
know.
Mike.
Sorry. Golly, I'm gonna get even
hold your
closer.
Is she like constantly?
Oh, now I can really hear myself. I'm busting my own eardrums.
That was the case. That was the case for the headphones. Okay, so let's start over.
Yes.
Truce. My bad.
No
I messed
worries.
up there.
No stress,
but
man.
the
Your
reason
research,
here's the real
dude.
reason I don't do. Oh, maybe you've never heard my show before. I don't do any research. I just
Hey.
come in, feed y'all,
Maybe
get you
we're-
some drinks, and we
Maybe
start
we're
talking.
related to that.
So, when y'all do that show and you have a lot of fun with it, obviously y'all are both fun people. Do y'all get to put input of what y'all want to talk about, different events?
Every time,
So,
yes.
is it every week like, hey, what do y'all have? And then y'all are like, hot dog day,
We're
or
a very small team.
How many people total?
production-wise, 6.
5.
Is that including cameramen?
Me, you,
No, if you count
Chella, Kendall, Patricia, or
Albin.
yeah, I guess counting Albin.
6 with Albin,
So,
and
yeah.
then we have 2 camera guys that help us out, so that's 7 and 8, and our director would be 9.
So who are the
But if
other
you're talking
girls
about
you're
who's
talking
creating
about?
content,
Yeah.
there are 4 or 5 of us. 4 really, and we're in the same office. That would be Jocelyn, me, Kendall, and Chella.
So who are the like y'all were at the Hooks the other day, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
And
of
I
the
saw
4 of us. Yeah.
So I saw the other girls. There's 2 other girls then. So they're kind of like the on-site. So y'all are like
They're
Kathy Lee Gifford and
producers.
Hoda, and then they're like the girls that are like on-site.
That's a great compliment.
Right?
Thank you. Yes. here
Who
we
would
go.
be Kathy?
I don't know. I don't.
Who
watch that
drinks
show.
more?
Ooh,
I feel like we're doing one of those TikToks. It's like, who said I love you
Oh
first?
yeah, hey, we're used to that.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't even know. Kathy, would you be Kathy or would I
Which
be
one's
Kathy?
Kathy?
I never
Kathy's
watched
the
that show
blonde
either.
one. Well,
The
she's
blonde one?
retired.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now it's
I'll
Hoda.
be Hoda. That's a fun name.
Yeah, I
Hoda.
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 You
I
know,
want
you
to
know
be.
Clarissa? Yeah, she's a Hoda.
She's a Hoda. I don't know. Hoda.
No,
I
'cause
never met her before.
I low key wanted to be Kathy, so
Okay, cool.
I'm happy.
You got it,
Okay.
girl. You
Yeah.
So that brings up
Maybe
a
we
good
can do
question
that
too.
for Halloween.
Yeah,
People,
oh, that'd be
people
great.
always ask me like, "Hey, did you want to be on the radio?" I was like, had no desire
Mm-hmm.
at all. Like, I never thought I would be on the radio. It wasn't a thing. I never knew I wanted to do real estate. Like, I literally fall into
And
jobs.
you're killing it.
No, stop.
Yes, you are.
So, did you want to be on TV?
I did.
When that opportunity came up?
Yes.
Because you
I did.
totally are like the weather girl chick.
Dude, I wanted to
Was
be.
she ever a
I
weather
wanted
girl?
to do weather. That was my passion.
Do you ever like just step over and kind of just go, "Hey, anybody need me to fill in today?"
I've tried, but I can't do it without actually earning the degree for it. You know what I mean?
You can be a weather person,
I-
can't
You
you?
have to have a degree to do. I'm not being
To
rude.
be a meteorologist.
A meteorologist, yes.
Oh, okay.
I would rather be a meteorologist than a weather
I'd be like
girl.
this. All right, guys, it's gonna be a high of 95. Hold on, my phone locked, and
I mean,
that's all I'd be doing.
there's a lot of women that are blessed with that opportunity without the degree, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously, like no shade. I would rather be a meteorologist and be certified. But
And then Clarissa.
that's how it started. Yeah.
Me, did I want to be on TV?
Yeah.
Her story is even better.
Well, I know her story. We've all heard that. this for you.
Over and over and over again. No, I don't know that I ever planned. I knew that I just really wanted to be a famous singer when I grew up. That was my only desire in life. And then God put a lot of really beautiful opportunities in my path, and I just kept saying yes and let's try it. And everything else, and I know that you can relate to this, just sort of fell into place. I wouldn't have it any other way. And coastal living is a dream that I never, those dreams that you wake up and you can't remember what they were. Those, but then it's like.
But y'all are also people that you get dreams, you achieve the dreams,
Yes.
and then you start pushing the bar a little further. That's what
Yeah.
I've always tried to do. Like whenever we
Yes.
get to a certain point, I'm like, man, I did want this, and then now what? Like right now, I'm at that point in
How
my
can I
life
level
where
up?
the thing that I'm focused on the last couple of years is building our new house. Like we've been dying to build this new house.
Congratulations.
But then we get into it, and I'm like, oh shit! Now
what?
what's the carrot in front of me now? Like I don't want to work anymore. I just want to
Yeah.
sit here at the house. I don't want to
Well,
do
but
anything
that
else.
goes into the post that you did the other day, which kudos to you for being like the viral.
You're
one of
always
the
waiting?
Top 3 viral posters.
You're
in
always
Forbes
waiting for
just-
life to start.
But you are. When we get this, and I do that with my husband, I'm like, once we sell our first house, once we do this, once we do that, then we can have this vacation.
Then we
or
can be
whatever.
happy.
And
That's
it's-
always the
yeah,
thing.
and you don't necessarily call it happy, right? But you do subconsciously relate it to whatever that success equals, which is joy, right? Happiness. And so, yeah, I can totally relate to that of wanting to not ever being satisfied with where you are, and that's a good thing when it comes to your drive and your work ethic, but also acknowledging the beauty that is in your life at that moment.
Do you
because
feel
it's always
like
there.
a lot of that started changing even more when you had a kid?
Oh gosh, big time.
See, and we were
We were
having
just
this
talking about
discussion
this.
a second ago.
I sit and stare at my girl, and that's
It's weird,
my
right?
whole world
It's
is
like you just want to
full.
cry and laugh the whole time.
Absolutely.
Really? Is that
That's
how
what-
it feels?
yeah.
It's a weird feeling. You have a
Have
dog?
you-
You have a dog, right?
I don't have- no.
I'm gonna go leave one at her doorstep sometime
So
soon.
I recently got a dog, right?
Oh.
And I hadn't had a dog since I was little. So the reason I can now relate to people who have a dog who don't have kids is because when I got the new dog and I was like giving him a bath like he's like a month old, I'm like, I love you. And it's a weird, like, I don't know, why do I love you? Like, I don't even know you. So when you have a kid, it's like, where does all this love come from?
Yeah.
I didn't know that love was in me. Even if you have a partner, even if you have another kid, sometimes you feel like there's no way I can love another person like
Yeah.
this. I'm not full of love. I'm not a Care Bear.
Oh.
And so when you have a kid, it's like, where does the love come from?
The best perspective I've heard is that having a child is your heart living outside of you.
Ooh.
And I cry when I
That's
hear that
so
because it's
deep.
really special. And then the other day I shared something online about, when you're stressed out with your kid and it's like your perspective versus the kids. And it's like, you were sad that you're not a great parent, but it was the best day of my life, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to cry talking about it. But a girlfriend commented and said, for anybody who has faith in God, that it's a good way to really understand God's love for us. Because
That's
if you
so
love your
deep.
kids that much and we're all children of God, then that's the love that God has for us. Can we keep everything terrible from happening to our kids? No, but we'll do our very best to protect them.
Wow.
And we love them immensely. Isn't that powerful?
It's
I was like,
powerful,
girl, I
and
cried.
we were
This is going to
talking-
be a TikTok clip.
Yeah, there you go. And yes, like I said, that's so beautiful. And I feel like I love people so much. So I can only imagine if it's in the cards for me, if I have a child, I can only imagine
You will
what
be
that
the
must be.
best mom
Doing
ever.
this show and being one, I was going to ask you all two questions. One, being the supporter of Corpus, obviously, because you're seeing so much. And then two, being in this position to meet so many people in Corpus. Have y'all been surprised by the kind of people y'all got a chance to meet that you're like, wow, this is going on around me?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yep.
You kind of forget where you are in a sense, you know?
Totally. And I mean, it's like 1 minute we're selling toilet paper for some company, and the next minute we're meeting somebody who blessed someone with LASIK eye surgery or is
Exactly.
giving them a free home or providing turkeys for people for Thanksgiving. And something that I always did know I wanted to do without thinking it would be on TV was to give back to the community.
Yep.
And I've always been such a workhorse that I was like, I'd love to do it. I just don't have time because I
how?
was always gigging and a daytime job and the help, the money, the promotion, whatever. And it's interesting because now it's my job to highlight local heroes and,
Exactly.
you know,
And for me, I love to allow someone else to have the spotlight and have that opportunity to shine and just to share their story. And that's what I love the most, especially with the LASIK hero that we are just talking about today. Oh my gosh, she is so deserving of that. And that's why I love for people to just shed their light around the coastal bend. It's
and
beautiful.
we need the positivity. We
Yeah.
live in a world that's so dark, and
Oh,
with social
God, I
media, it's
know.
just so
Well, 'cause
easy
the
to
dark
see all the
stuff
yucky
sells
stuff.
better.
It does.
It's like the news is always
and that's
pushing
why
that
you
stuff
don't.
out.
You haven't watched Coastal Living,
Yeah, we're
but
gonna-
you're
we're
gonna
Well,
start.
can I
and
tell you
you're
an
gonna
honest
see-
truth? And it has nothing to do with y'all's show.
Sure.
When I used to be on the radio every day, and I'm sure y'all can relate to this, I was always looking for the story. I was always looking for the thing to share. What's the most shocking? What's the weirdest story? What's the weird news? And so on top of that, I was always looking at local news. And local news, it was knowing every single crime that happened, every single positive, which wasn't a lot all the time. So that's why I like y'all's show. It is positive stuff.
all
I have seen.
rainbows and sunshine. We love it.
But it was always negative stuff. So when I left, I stopped paying attention to the news for a
Yeah.
really long time.
That's healthy, though.
Mostly because I was so involved all the time. By the time I got off the air, because it was 5 to 10, so the time I got off, I knew all the bad stuff happened in Corpus. It's like, oh, this sucks. And then I would have to go to the office and totally flip it to, hey, let's buy a house, blah, blah, blah. That I had to just get rid of it. And I stopped paying attention to the news, and my life felt better because I didn't have to think about all these other things going on that really had nothing to do with me. Kind of like, I think we're all guilty of it. I pay attention to the Kardashians way too much. And
Do you
it's-
really?
And maybe it's the algorithm because I'm like, why is that story here
has to
again?
be,
Dang
yeah.
it. I don't want to know what
But
Kanye
really,
said in
do
his
you like,
tweets.
Do you like to keep up with them?
I'm a fan. I mean, I have
It's
my
interesting.
gripes, but I think they're interesting people. I think they've
Yeah.
done a lot of stuff that
I
people
get
can
it.
make fun of them for. But if
Yeah.
you really break it down, they're really successful businesswomen. And there's going to be people that don't agree with anybody
Yeah.
who's successful.
Or
There's
how they
people that
got
don't
there or
like
whatever. Yeah.
anybody that's famous and successful. Like look at Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk and all these dudes. There's going to be people that don't like them no matter
Oh,
what.
yeah.
No
You
matter
can't
who
win
you are.
no matter what.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't
win
win,
with
so you
everyone.
just got to keep doing what you're doing.
What is it? You can be the sweetest peach in all the world, but not
There will
everybody
be
likes
one.
peaches,
Yeah,
honey.
there will be people that do not
It's
like
true.
peaches.
Sounds like a Reese Witherspoon movie.
It probably
Hey,
is.
you like peaches?
We talk about it all the time because Jocelyn and I are both very, very serious empaths and people pleasers.
What's an empath?
Just when
Sounds like a
you're-
word my sister uses.
You
I love Gina. Shout out to
You
Gina.
Shout out
empathize
to Gina.
with people, I'm
yeah,
guessing?
you empathize with people, so it's like you
Oh, I do
feel
that.
their pain, you feel what they're going through, and then I think it really ties into the whole people-pleasing thing. So if we're not getting the vibes that we're making you happy, bringing you joy, or if you just straight up don't like us, half the time, I hope it's
We're trying to earn that love.
you're trying to earn it. So it's
Where do
almost
y'all
like you
feel-
overcompensate.
Where do
to
y'all
try to
feel
make
y'all
people
hear
like
that the
you.
most? Because like,
We don't hear it. We just make it up in our heads.
Yeah, I know.
well, that's what I was saying. Like a comedian, when they go out and they do things, they hear it. They hear the
Yeah.
crowd. And like when y'all do stuff, since you said it is pre-recorded, where do y'all mostly hear the feedback from? Or do y'all not look at
the
things?
gas station when you're checking out. I'm so serious. Somebody will be like, "You're that girl
Hey,
from
Clarissa."
you're the girl from Coastal Living, right, Clarissa?"
Yes.
And I do.
Why does
I do
everybody
the
in Corpus
accent
talk like that?
because I
There's
love
no just
doing-
regular guys?
I do a Hispanic accent, and
I'm
we're
Hispanic, I don't
70%
talk
Latino
like
in this
that.
community, so I'm representing our culture.
But that is ultimately the best. Whenever somebody approaches you and says, "Hey, we love your show. It's always so positive. We love watching
HEB, the
Yes.
mall, the bathroom
Oh,
stall
sure.
next to you.
The last
Please
one
just
for
say
me
I
was-
love your show
Yes.
and I support you.
That's it.
I don't care where you
They're
say
like
it.
passing over toilet
Even
paper.
if
Can
it's
you
just a
sign this?
smile,
Take a
like,
selfie
yeah.
from the
Can you sign
toilet.
this?
I'm fine with that.
Exactly.
Let's go.
I'm here
Okay.
for it.
So for anybody, like y'all talked about Corpus and y'all really enjoy, obviously y'all do a lot of stuff. I know y'all are both in the community and y'all do stuff, and I think you're fishing like every other weekend, right? So
I mean, I haven't in a while.
Really?
Yes, I would love to. I wish my boyfriend was able to a lot more. Usually, 222, her favorite number, or no, her lucky number.
weird.
But yes, I wish we can cover more fishing segments, but ultimately, like, I would rather
It's the time that
Jeremy
you would
take
need.
me
Yeah.
instead of. I mean, we have Captain John come on and do like fishing reports and stuff like that, which is cool. But man, it's so fun. I wish we can do more fishing segments, right?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the stuff that people don't get to see all the time. Like, I think we both grew up in the time where people were like, I'm going to get out of Corpus. Like, everyone just wanted to get out so bad. But then it kind of made you wonder, is it just them? Like, did
Yes.
Yeah.
were those people just not happy? Have y'all ever felt that where you wanted to split?
Actually, so
And has that changed now that y'all do the show?
actually, I've lived in San Antonio for a short period of time.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I think so.
So after I graduated, I moved straight to San Antonio. I worked for the CBS affiliate.
You live with Michael, right? Didn't Michael live with you?
No. I lived by myself actually, and
Okay.
my roommate, one of my ex roommates, and I worked for the CBS affiliate up there. I worked in news. That was a total game changer. I loved working in news more so up there than anything else. But I missed home, you know. So
Were you a reporter?
No, I was behind the scenes. I was
Okay,
in
cool.
production. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun actually. But I missed home. I missed my boyfriend. I missed my family. So here I am. Wouldn't want to be anywhere.
So when you
else.
came back, was it straight to this job now?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Actually, no. I started in news, or I went back into news. I worked in sales, and then once I found out about Coastal Living, that we're finally going to get a lifestyle show, I was so excited. So me and
That sounds really pre-rehearsed.
no, I promise.
The delivery
you.
of it.
Oh,
The
man.
delivery
That's
of
just
it.
everything Joslyn says sounds and looks pre-rehearsed.
You better
She's a-
stop. I mean,
an icon.
it comes from my soul, but
She
no.
deserves your respect.
Did your mom ever do media stuff?
She worked in television.
That's what I remember being little.
Yeah, she
Dude,
worked in
Clarissa,
television.
when I was growing up, even though it was like my aunt, her mom was a fox.
She
Dude.
still is.
And I remember
Oh,
back
y'all
then,
better stop.
like
I
her
love
mom
my
and my
mom.
mom were the ones that are like, they were like the ones always going to the salons
Yeah,
and like always
she-
doing the crazy 80s, 90s haircuts and like
She
the
loves
crazy styles,
both
like
of you.
the
She's
MTV
a rock
videos.
star.
Shout
that
out
would
to
be,
Patsy. I love
yeah,
you.
that would be her mom. And we were like, who are these people? And like people would always say, I see your mom. Oh, I saw your mom in the store and she's crazy hair. Da, da, da.
My
She had
mother
boots
does
on.
the most. I get my laugh from her. My laugh can break glass. You know that. Yeah, I haven't laughed that loud yet.
I'm laughing. What did you say? I can't. That's hard. That's
my,
hard to say.
My laugh can break glass.
I've never heard
meaning,
that.
Like my laugh is so loud it'll break glass.
Laugh.
Make me laugh.
I can take my shirt off.
No, that wasn't too loud. It's usually like like I usually like scream.
Oh,
But
speaking of, it's getting kind of hot. Y'all can keep talking.
He's like, no, seriously, I'm taking my shirt off. He has 2 shirts on. For
I didn't
anybody
mean to
who's
laugh
only
about
listening.
that, by the way.
Oh,
I
you're
just,
gonna make
I
me
just,
cry,
I
Gino.
just knew. Oh my God.
What happened?
Zombie.
Tears in
Zombie.
my eyes.
Look at that,
You
Clarissa.
still have that?
No, I ordered off eBay.
I believe it. There's some
It
at
came in yesterday, rush
Goodwill if
delivery.
you're looking for your own version. You can find them. Look,
Hopefully, I can get it signed before you leave.
that's 27-year-old
That.
Clarissa.
Can I have one of those?
No, I got it off of
Not
eBay. I'm not kidding around.
anymore.
Dang.
Oh, I'm really crying. That's so sweet, Gino. That's
No
really
problem.
special.
No problem.
Ooh, you have chills.
I've been a
too.
fan for a long. I told you I was a fan for a
I
long time.
know. Thank
So
you.
that's how I met my wife. I was like, "Girl, we're gonna go see this woman sing.
See,
She's
Clarissa.
gonna sing all sexy, and we're gonna leave together."
There's
at
nothing
you.
sexy
You're
about
really
my
crying.
performances. My performances were full of Jaeger bombs. And
Well, you're still performing, right? I mean, you just performed the other
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, I was in
Where were you at?
Spicewood and Round Rock, and it was a
Where's
really, really
Spicewood?
cool. In the Pflugerville area, like just north
Where's
of
Pflugerville?
north left. I don't know. I'm really bad at directions. Near Austin. Let's
Okay.
just stick with that. We all know where
Austin just keeps
is.
going like this, right?
Yeah, and what's really cool about it is, and this is what I was getting at earlier, is like, oh yeah, you have that TV show, but maybe someone's never seen it, right? But they support you, quote, finger quotes. Is I'm like old news here. I've been here. I've been performing
wanna
here.
say
You
since
that.
better
I was-
stop. I'm going to stop you right now. As I pour you some more champagne, you better stop.
I've been here performing here since I was 15, so 20 years that I've been singing here in Corpus, and so been there, done that. For anybody who's seen the show, maybe I don't know. We try to keep it fresh and fun and exciting, and I don't want to talk down on myself, but going to a new spot and performing for new ears. Our Spicewood gig was an outdoor venue, very much like a Brewster Street type vibe. And all the little kids were dancing, and I brought my merchandise. I have had my merchandise in storage for
Is it
like
like this?
2 or 3 years. No, it's my Dia de los Muertos, like a
Oh, cool.
skull that I created. And then I have
is sick,
Mind
by
Your
the way.
Business and I Lost My Mind. Just some cool ones from my original songs. And I almost sold out. They bought out all my hoodies. All the kids wanted my shirts. And I'm telling them, I was like, the hoodies are $40. And they're like, sure, we'll take 2. And I was like, oh my gosh, you really like me.
you brought something up that
That's
I think you
awesome.
forget. One of the things that I've always loved over the years is like social media stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like pushing my stuff out there. And I always thought it was really weird when I would get people that were outside of Corpus liking my stuff or sharing
You're
my
fresh,
things.
You're new to them.
Exactly. So when you say like, "Oh, I'm old news here," you're not old news here. Think of
You're just old.
Think of
No, no,
think of
no.
any celebrity. Have you seen the new
Sure.
Elvis movie?
I haven't.
yet.
Okay, you
Haven't.
know who Elvis is, right?
Sure.
So back in the day, Elvis didn't perform in the same city over and over and
Exactly.
over and over. What did they do? They hauled his ass around all United States.
Yeah.
The same thing with every other artist. And so that's what, performing is. And that's kind of one of those fun things you have to remember. It's not old news. So it hurts my feelings that you would say that about yourself.
I
If y'all
know.
could get inside my
She's-
brain, you'd be very disappointed in the way I think
Y'all
about
laugh, y'all
myself
inside my brain.
I know.
sometimes,
Well,
but
we
yeah.
think alike in so many different ways. That's one of the things we have in common. We need to be nicer to ourselves.
But we lift
Sure.
each other up
We
in the
do.
same way. We give each other the advice that we can't
we are
take.
each other's blessings in that way. But
That's
I
a
will,
hard. That's
I
a
will-
hard thing to have with people because a lot of people, even though they're close to you, or they're friends. There's only so many people in your life who can tell you what you need to hear, or will
Right.
be the ones to say it. Like my cousin Chris,
Like
who just
the-
ran here a second ago. I talk so much shit to that guy. I love him to death, but
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the only ones that can tell him shit because
Like,
no
to
one
be
else
straight up.
does.
Yeah.
And he the same way with me. So we'll talk a lot of crap to each other, but really it's because I'm like, hey, bro, this is what's happening. Like recently, he's like, you're fat. Like, and I was like, thank
And
you.
now
I
I'm
need to hear
down
that.
with that. See if you know what that
See, we're
means.
about to have a performance right now, and I'm here for it. So I wanted to ask you. We're talking about merchandise a second ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
New stuff. Let's talk about this hat.
Go ahead. It's a hat.
Well,
What do you want to talk about?
I know, but this
Who
is
made
one
your
of your.
logo?
This is yours.
Gerald Flores actually made that.
All right,
He
Gerald.
signed
I be
some
calling
over
you
here.
G.
So
calling you G.
a couple of years back, I wanted a logo that represented me, and not necessarily like a little house, which is what
Yes.
the average realtor has. I wanted something that was a brand, right? Kind of
Right.
like, in my wife's words, like Kendra Scott. So
Yes.